We can increase the size to increase the range. We can also increase the size to increase the tracking speed. We can bring it up to 8,000. So our turret's still a little overkill, but at least it's in the correct neighborhood. So this would be a 100 tons for this beam fire control system, but it could track at 8 kilometers. It has a maximum tracking range of 48,000. So the question is, well, here, oh my god. If those missiles are traveling at 70,000 kilometers per second, that means this beam fire control would have less than a second to begin tracking. So then, yeah, we can, normal size, normal range. We can increase the size like this. This would give us slightly over 2 seconds. Slightly over 2 seconds to begin aiming our weapons. And game turns are 5 seconds. There's that too. I think we need way better fire control. Because let's assume we need the full 5 seconds and maybe a slight margin just in case there's weird rounding. So, I mean, 5 would be 350,000 kilometers. Let's say we want at least 400,000 kilometer tracking. If it's less than 5 seconds, assumed to be last defense. You always get a shot off at that last interval. So even if we have less than 1 second effective tracking range, or less than 5 seconds effective tracking range, we would still get 1 more tick of processing. Need point defense system. So yeah, so is there a specific tech for point defense? Got some bits. Oh, hey, Plague, thank you. Maybe these bits will help. If you can't get better than 5 seconds, you can make them small. Oh, CIWS! Ah, yeah. I remember that word now. Which is under the Gauss category. Maybe, kinda, sorta. Or defense systems. Maybe it shows up after we do the other one. Do we have Gauss in the list somewhere? No. The IWS cannot protect other ships. Right. You making design? Oh, right there. Yeah, it's sort of an all-in-one, right? Like, you just build one system and it just gives you point defense. The advantage of like designing a turreted sort of point defense thing is that that ship can protect other ships. So you could actually have specialized ships. You could have destroyers that are point defense ships, and you can have your sort of cruisers and battleships and things like that that might still have some CIWS to help cover them a little bit, but mostly just figure out set up on their own guns. I think CIWS is more efficient than Gauss turrets, but cannot defend other ships. Okay, might want to get higher than 48 kilometer range potentially, and then there's anti-missile missiles. That's right. Now, so Gauss cannon, beam fire control range, fire control speed, grav sensors, these are all technologies that can help in some of this. Beam fire control range over here would be awfully nice. Sensors and control systems. I think what we're going to do, I pause you to just put you in the queue? No, it just stops the job. I guess it remembers the research. If I cancel you, okay, I think I canceled everything in the sensors queue, which I think is actually okay. Okay, beam fire control range. Fire control speed rating. Oh, it's for carriers. Nice. I mean, sensors, active sensors, passive sensors. Add to queue, add to queue, add to queue. Just plain old sensor tech. That's so close to being done. I'll add it back in the queue because it is pretty damn close to finishing. Okay, so that's that category. Now, under the missile and kinetic weapons, missile agility, I still kind of want you to finish that. We might want to... I mean, we're going to want all this. Ugh! Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do some insta research. Let me instant the Gauss cannon launch velocity a little bit. Okay, now we're really low on research points, and I still want this to finish some, like, design projects real quick, so that when we design a new engine, I don't have to go and frick around with this whole queue system, which is not really a good queue system at all, just to try to get some stuff done. Okay. So, I mean, we're still researching some sensors that would help, but I did just insta a couple of things that might tweak this a little bit. I mean, the Gauss rate of fire is going to help a little bit. Rate of fire first. I think I did instant the rate of fire from a 2 to a 3. I did close this. I mean, we could save. It's probably a good idea. I think refreshing just refreshes this view. I think closing and reopening the window, unless some windows actually have a refresh button for the tech. Like the ship one has a refresh tech over here, but the component design window does not have a refresh. But I think as I switched categories, that was all it took. Yeah, this is all the same over here. I feel like I should get this. Whether or not we manually add some actual point defense weapons or what, I think we will incorporate this. I'm going to need a viewer name. Someone who's been working on this all-in-one anti-missile system. It's Careless Stress! Careless Stress, confident security. Careless Stress, confident security. This is a product that's just here to keep you alive. It's the CIWS-80 system. What's the 80 for? It's probably related to the tracking speed. You in any other races yet? Yeah, that's why we're designing these a warship right now. We're trying to. Yeah. And here it doesn't really have a size anywhere, right? We just use all the best tech. We just use all the best tech. Done. Create. Again, it doesn't tell us what category it's under, because why would it tell us something helpful? I'm assuming it's under missile and kinetic. Careless Stress, confident security. It's 270. I'm going to instant that. We come back over here. And that's naval organizations. Again, I can front button. So our destroyer, which we haven't named yet. We'll have to fling a name into this relatively soon. That's weird. They usually come in pairs. There's a stealth sneeze. Still do, guys. I don't know when it's going to trigger. It's out there, waiting. So the CIWS system in here. So yeah, I'm going to rename this class. First Destroyer. I mean, we had our little police ships. So that's it. Warnor. Almost sounds like war. Warn. Yeah, that's not an M. That's an R and an N. The kerning here is a little weird because it looks like Wamor, but it's Warnor. I could split it. Warnor. Warnor. Appears to me they suspect it. Yeah, there we go. If it was like War Noir, it'd be like a dark war. Close. Okay, so that's our destroyer class. Engines, lasers. I mean, whoops, I didn't mean to take these up. We could, maybe since our missile tech is actually still a little far away, like maybe I could just load, you know, a couple of turrets on there. Maybe I want a second, like, CIWS. Maybe we want some extra redundancy over there. I don't know. We don't really have shield tech. Like, it might be possible for us to design shields, but the thing we might be able to do is just, like, add some armor rating. okay, we'll come back to this in a sec. Let me leave this here, because what we're going to want to do is make sure that our manufacturing is okay. Our failure rate is too high, so we need some engineering stations first. Let's do a standard-sized one. That's still really bad. Annual failure rate over 100%. I mean, there's always going to be some things that break, but that feels high to me. Oh, deployment time. Let's make sure, let's plan for like 24 months deployment. Yeah, that's still pretty high, but maybe that's, you know, the way it's going to have to be. Max repair is 1,000, because we have a giant engine on here. Maybe it's the giant engine that's actually screwing us too much. Okay, we brought up a little 100%, which is just kind of arbitrary. In a year, it's expected to use 721. In 5 years, it's expected to use 10,000. I think this engine might be a little too stupid for what we can handle right now. I mean, we can add, like, extra maintenance storage. Because I'm going to suggest... Okay, we didn't need the large one. Maybe just a regular maintenance storage bay. Okay, that's a little shot. We still can't repair one thing. But, of course, the idea is we're going to have the supply ship to be able to do it. But I feel like we should carry enough for, like, one repair of, you know, the one component. And then we can get restored. Use engine 60% and just up the size. I guess 2 smaller engines would be, like... So it's less good for the power to weight ratio, having 2 engines. But it's better for redundancy in that each one would be easier to fix. You need fewer parts. You would also, you know, if you don't have parts for some reason, you still have 1 engine. Beam weapons now have a chance to fire and fail on firing. Make sure you bring extra maintenance supplies. What's other warhead size is 1. Yeah, we don't actually need the fire control for that, but we do have 1 fire control, and then we have a pair of single turrets, which are pretty short range. We have to get close to destroy anything. Like, this is not a helpful ship. This is not a function of design. We could get to the point at least where, like, theoretically, I don't know if this is true. This won't die. Probably it still will. I think we gotta leave this be for a sec. Let me come back. We're gonna make a new ship class. 1 sec. This is gonna be... like, theoretically, the idea is like sort of a stealth scout type thing. A reconnaissance ship. We don't have stealth technology, but we do have a few ways to bring down our emissions. We don't want active sensors, because those can be spotted. But, like, if we loaded this up, if we make some big thermal and EM sensors, just had it go through the jump gate and then just sit there with its engine off. Just maybe give us a little bit of warning before something comes through. I don't know if that's really useful, though. One CWS will fire 6 shot last second. Would be, at best, would destroy 6 missiles. Yeah, and there was like 51 that went off on our ship. I think they actually fired more than that. Use active sensors right before you go back. That's true. Craft meant to be fighters? I mean, I suppose maybe, yeah. Like, well, I don't know. Yeah, the actual class name here doesn't matter. We can invent our own and do whatever we want. Oh man, but the problem, like, we don't have, you know, like, we could design some sensors. The big giant one, biggest sensor size. I mean, we wouldn't detect things from billions of kilometers away. But millions of kilometers, that's something. And EM passive sensors will pick up their active sensors, they use it. Yeah. The thing is, with this ship as well, this ship can be a ship that hangs out with their battle fleet as well. Like, one sensor ship. Yeah, sensor ship. Could be a thing that exists. Who's our... We designed the... Oh, Tiffinius. I think Tiffinius is still going to work on some sensors for us. EM sensor. This is the strongest EM sensor we can do. Or biggest. And then we'll do the biggest thermal sensor we can do. And we can load them both up on just, it's just a sensor ship. We'll call it the, I don't know. I don't want to get too political. Wow, these are 3,000 to research. I mean, they're beefy. Yeah, I might just wait for these sensitivity things to improve. We're gonna have to hope that they're not active. That's where we're gonna be at. We're gonna have to hope that they're not active and they're gonna come and eat me. I'm betting our survey squad, wherever the hell they are probably done their stuff. Moon 23. I guess I can see it over here because it's a colony now. Yeah, completed. So we'll send you to Moon 35 in the same system. But for now, we'll just keep going forward and wait for some more tech to happen. We build a station to guard the jump point and do ships later. Now that is really interesting. The thing is, we still like lack sort of guns in general. Is the big issue. Like the station can sit there, maybe defend itself from some missiles, but it would just have a bunch of short range lasers, which might be okay if it was right on top. I don't know if there's a good category name that already exists, or we'll just make up our own. Missile base? Well, no, it's not a missile base. We don't have missiles. Orbital defense. Not really orbiting anything, but... Star Fortress? I mean, yeah, it's a Star Fortress. With... Yeah, we'll put no engine on. It does need armor, that's for sure, though. How does it deal with, would we have to tow it back home when it's time to be repaired? Definitely classed as a military vessel for maintenance. Got 61 pieces, max repair. Failure rate's fairly low. Got an engineering space. It's 5 years expecting it to use 92. So, I mean, like, we could easily... I guess by not having an engine, it really doesn't need very much. There you go. This is nearly double what it thinks it's going to need in 5 years. Although, maybe it needs more than that if it gets into combat. And yeah, we'll add more layers of armor. Is there anything we need to actually have it be the DACA Gauss cannon? It's not anywhere as good as the other thing because it is an older weapon. Okay. So it's going to have 4 individual laser turrets to technically maybe do a little bit of damage. It's got that. I'll give it some passive and active sensors. They're not great, but we're going to put this guy right on the jump point, so it doesn't really need to detect things from far away. It just needs to detect things, period. Yeah, make it no armor, build it with industry. Yeah, but except we need armor, so yeah, that clearly can't work. But it does sound fun. It's only with 10 armor rating. Now, I don't know how to judge the armor. and what it means for us. But it's still fairly light, is sort of the point I was going to make. Ooh, then it goes up quite a lot. I mean, in terms of military, like, I guess maybe I'll just add as much armor layering as I can do from a shipyard. Well, Burroughs shipping could do it up to 20,000. Or I might want to keep it under 10,000 and build it at Sandyman. "22 layers of armor. It's a speed bump class station, yeah. You know what? Let's just go for it. We're just gonna need it. Need more reactors? Do we? Yeah. How does the charging work? Because there's capacitors and stuff, right? Like fuel capacity. Doesn't even need fuel. How does that work? Doesn't need fuel at all. We do have sensors. We have passive thermals, which ain't much. We do have active sensors over here as well, though. We have active sensors, and there's no reason that we're not going to just have our sensors be active all the time in the Star Fortress. Is it okay that we run this without fuel? In which case we leave some tonnage. Shields need fuel, but yeah, we don't have shields. More guns. I mean, maybe. I mean, the guns we've got on here are pretty puny in the first place. There you go. We'll go up to 6 guns. We'll be a 6-shooter station. I don't think I can add any more armor now. So that still keeps us below 10,000, which means we can build it at that one base. Oh yeah, and we can predict the targeting and stuff. I don't remember what these numbers are, but we can like figure out, oh, if the target's at a certain speed at a certain range, what are odds looking like over there, and you can sort of eyeball things. Upgraded fire control and then twin. You know, we're just gonna do this now so that we have something building now. And then we will work on more class. Oh, I need to rename this class. Who wants to sit around and probably get blown up if the aliens ever come through? Esoteric Fish! The Esoteric Fish Star Fortress. I like it. I like it a lot. Need more reactors. Yeah, so, okay. Did someone answer? Reactors are generating insufficient power for weapons. Oh, down here! Thank you. Do I have to design that? Or reactors? Power plant. Power plant. There it is. I was looking for reactors because, you know, that seems reasonable. Yeah, we have a ton of reactor tech. We could boost it, which increases explosion chance. Size 1. Okay, so this has a power output of 6.4. Now, what's our power requirement? Power 3-2. I think that's all. It's just the guns. Is this 3 every 2 shots? I don't know what this represents. Capacitor recharge rate is under power and propulsion. It's used when designing a weapon to determine fire rate and how large reactor you need. If you look at your lasers, the ship's rate, you see power 3-2, which means each laser needs 3 power to fire and needs 2 power per tick. Tick equals 5 seconds. This has got a power output of 6.4, which means what? I don't know. Let's prototype it and see. Oh. I'm not building it yet! Copy class. Okay, then it gets... So I need 2. Which gives me a total power generation of, well, 12. Well, 12.8. Say 12. We got 4 of them. Is this each one? So 4 that needs 3 is 12. So we've got 12. Oh, 3-2 means it needs 3 power total to fire. It charges 2 power for each tick. So it has its own internal capacitor. So these lasers can't fire every tick because they don't charge fast enough. They'll fire every other tick. Power requirements 3, charge rate 2. Okay, but what we need, so presumably though, because we've got 4 lasers and they charge at a rate of 2 each, we need 8 power per tick to be able to have these lasers charging at full thing. And we're providing them about 12, which is why it's okay. But 1 of these reactors is not enough. If we can get a reactor that generates 8 power then. So let's say, if I go to power plants, and I just bring this up to the point where it generates, so 8.4. I'm going to make a prototype of this. Refresh the tech. No, that's not enough. Oh, because I have 6 guns, don't I? There we go. Okay, now the math works out. Okay. So if we have 6, I do need 12. I thought, for some reason, I thought I had 4. Because I think we were talking about, because people in chat were saying go for quads, and so I had 4 in my head. But yeah, okay. So now we have 4. So 4 times 2 means we need 8 per tick, and we generate 8 per tick. So that works out that way, whether or not this is the design we want. So, I mean, I could cut back on the weapons to fit this in perfectly, or we could do 2, or I could make this reactor even bigger to do 12, so we can go back. I kind of like the idea that we're 6-shooter. 6-shooter over here. So we need, now that I understand how this works, sweet spot would be 1 reactor that does a power output of 12. Now this to me feels like it should be this should be definitely related to Reptile, because it's the same tech. Reptile Arc Systems Stellar Fusion Reactor, R12. I mean, you can convert a prototype into a project, right? I think from this screen here. I just prototype you. Yeah, insufficient power, sufficient power. 6 guns, 2 is 12. We have just a little bit extra to spare. We're just over our tonnage though. Well, I could just go and add like 100 tons to the slipway. That wouldn't be so bad. That reactor is damaged. You won't be able to fire. More small reactors typically better. Oh. We'll go with twin 6s then. Twin 6s. Okay. Or I can make them even smaller, but... Is there AFR? Oh. That went up fast. I guess the power plants need some work to maintain. Holy shit. Annual failure rate. I mean, there's real die-off to this. Like, I mean, I guess it's fine, because it's still the 5-year period that we sort of care about. So it's just a question of balancing sort of, you know, how long we're targeting over here versus, you know... So if I add more engineering spaces, there'll be fewer things that break. Or I can just bring more stuff with us so that we can fix more things. Something like this. So this gives us enough to last for 5 years. We could actually... supply ships, do they have to be attached to a fleet? I mean, I could manually supply things over. I just don't know if I can have automatic resupply. I could have a fleet of just supply ships that just go and resupply anyone who needs it. These are not going to be towed into the danger system to throw in the enemy, although I like the idea. These are going to be used to defend our side of the jump gate. Well, it's not a jump gate, it's just a jump spot right now. There's no gate built. Stations near wormhole, make sure to include space for a promenade. Yeah, we're back to talking about Deep Space Nine. I think this is a thing that we can do. That'll be okay. Let me research the prototype. I think that's the only prototype we had in here. It's hard to tell. Some of our names are a little long, but I think that was the only one. Fly buzzing around. Where the hell did you come from? I'm in the basement, for crying out loud. Damn it. Oh well. We're back to the tech. Let's see here. Okay, it's cheap. I'm gonna instant this one. So we need just shy of 11,000 tons in our slipway. Let's add 1,000 ton capacity to the Sandyman, which is going to be. Oh, it's going to take a while still. Shoot. Do I really want to keep it within 10,000? I might have to. Okay, the old esoteric fish. You are obsolete. You never got built, but you're obsolete now. Congratulations. You can have two with the same name, right? That's fine. A refresh tech. Does it refresh this? No? That's weird. There you go. You're gone. Excellent. I guess I'll bring down the armor rating. There. Okay. So now you fit in. Yeah, the Burrows Yard, I could have just done it there. I was going to hold on to it for maybe something else, because it'll be faster to change the slipping here, which I think is still what I'm going to do. I'm going to retool this one to work on the esoteric fish. And this is going to take a while to do. Maybe I will do it in Burrows, because it's never gotten a ship class assigned, so I could do it instantly. And then I could add more capacity. I mean, it still costs more expensive. Make a bunch of satellites whose sole job to detect things have no sense profile. That does sound really good. And toss them through the wormhole. I was hoping to save this for our first military ship thing. Yeah, I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to retool this one for the esoteric fish. Okay. Agility is working. So the Soul Defense Fleet is hanging out by the jump point. I'm so freaking complex, yeah. Those are planets. There you go. Retooling complete. So first of all, on Earth, shipyard, Sandyman, construct, esoteric fish 1 and 2. Thank you. Okay. Get those going. Now, New Belgium. You're adding oxygen. You should have... Oh, I think we're still moving the infrastructure over. I think the infrastructure is maybe going first, because it's higher up in the list. So the terraforming installations haven't arrived yet. I guess that's going to have to be fine. Mars, again, totally cool. Lots of available workers. They still have terraformers, except I've got that... I do have it set to none, right? Yeah, okay. So these terraformers are going to go at some point. But we're going to, at some point, have to send some industry over here so the people can work at something. But it might just be making money. Yeah, Mars has finished terraforming. But we still have terraforming stations, so some people are still employed there. I guess they're just monitoring things. Oh, that's the Proudfoot I brought up to 50. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Infrastructure production is completed. Freighter. Now, is Earth building anything right now? No. What do we want them to build? Or do I just want to ship more, like, should probably get more than mining, the automated mining somewhere else. Mercasium is completely depleted, so is the Corundium. Now, I mean, Earth still has regular mining stations, so they're going to keep mining, even if I ship away all the automated mines. Which are, you know, only a smaller fraction of our total number of mines over here. We're still going to be okay. How many mass drivers we got? We got 5 here, which is fine-ish. Let's see. System view. Sol system. Just show me moons, asteroids, and comets that have minerals. Why are you showing me Ceres? Because you always show me all planets. Yes. I guess I could use the mineral search as well to quickly find things. So, if we look at the mining situation. What's the other one we have to be worried about? Gallicite a bit. We'd still have a few years of Gallicite on Earth, which is okay. Mercasium is definitely being depleted. We would like more of that. So, okay, maybe, I guess it's this one here. If we want to find a place with at least 1 Mercasium. Yeah, there you go. With ideally high availability of a 0.9. So there's an asteroid in Proxima Centauri that has nearly 150,000 tons of Mercasium. Well, let's start in Sol first, because we can actually, we don't have to worry about, we have to get a mass driver to New Belgium at some point, but we've got mass drivers set up on Earth. So, Herschel Rigolet over here. I'm going to create a colony. And I think I'm going to manually move some things. By the way, multiplayer today is going to be Dota 2. We're going to do 12v12 funsies stuff. So make sure you've got it updated and ready to go. Arturus isn't very fast. I think we're going to make a new civilian engine. We've got the new engine tech. We hadn't really done it yet. We're going to make a new civilian engine. So lowest possible power. Fairly high size, because it's about that fuel efficiency that we really care about. So EP400 commercial. Yep, that's good. And what's our company name again for this? It was the Summon Arc Systems. Reptile. That's what it is. O's you. Not you. This one. Designed in 2048. The biggest possible civilian engine we can make with this, and I'm happy with that. I'm not going to prototype it. I'm just going to go create. Boom. Research. Power and propulsion. 500 points. You know, like, the UI is so annoying that I'm going to do the instant research for this, even though, like, it would be nice to just put it in a queue for a day. But the UI is so annoying there. So, yeah, we're doing a new freighter. Which is going to have this drive here. Going to be a civilian ship, so we're not going to be too worried about most things. I'll have to make sure that there's cargo shuttle. We'll put 4 on there just to say. Large cargo hold. Wow, that is... Large is large. It's what, 25,000 to move a building? I mean, if we did this, it could move 10 buildings simultaneously, or two environmental things. damn slow right now. Holy crap, is it ever slow? Maybe we'll go standard after all. Still slow as F. Wow, I mean, it's heavy. I mean, it's just a freighter. It's not supposed to be fast. We need 50,000 Gallicite to build this, or to build the engine. No, we need 50 Gallicite. The cost is... Oh, is this 50.00? Yeah, it's not 50,000. This is 50.00000. Yeah, we're fine. So, I think I am at least going to add a second engine. There you go. Freighters don't have to be fast. We don't want them to be apocalyptically slow. But this, to me, this is fairly speedy enough for a freighter. The range is insane. This engine here is super fuel efficient. Holy crap. You need some float stripping and better comma fonts. Yeah. Make engines negative so you gain matter. We are going to try to catch comets with us. You're right. And comets move and they can be really annoying. Maybe I will go for a 4-engine setup. I mean, obviously it didn't double our speed because weights and things like that. But it is going to be a fair bit speedier. This should be good enough, I think, to drop stuff onto comets. We clearly don't need to add more fuel. In fact, we could arguably maybe go from a large fuel to a standard. Nah, I don't like that range. Because the other one might have led to shortages. This should be perfectly fine. I mean, the thing can run for nearly 3 years at full power. And the range is pretty huge. Not so much the days I was caring about, it's the actual range number over here. I think this works. I don't think it needs any sensors. Engineering stuff, none of that matters because it doesn't break down the same way because it's commercial. We'll do the conscript thing, although I'm not sure it makes a difference there. Yeah, conscript flag is on. Yep. Speed compared to old freighter. It's a great question. The Artorias ran at 500. So this is 3 times faster. Slightly more than 3 times faster. And can go a lot further as well. The Artorias had a maximum range of about 15 billion. So this is literally 10 times the range. It goes 3 times as fast and can go 10 times as far. So it's certainly a big upgrade. I don't think for our civilian ships do we need redundancy or defense things. I mean, if this thing's going to get shot at, like, it gets shot at. I think I actually just want to name this the Artorias Mark II. Or Mark 2048. For the year it's being designed in. It's just a model number. It's like, you know, the new Ford Focus or whatever. You know, the 2020 Ford Focus. Well, this is a 2048 Artorias. Oh, it had a cargo capacity of 125. I guess it did have the large. Which, yeah, I didn't realize that. So that's unfair comparison. Maybe I will go and do the large cargo hold over here. And now the speed is exactly the same as before. How did that happen? It had 4 regular storages. This is 1 large fuel storage. So we have slightly more fuel capacity. We do have much better range. That's the thing. Remember, like, the old engine, right, was a 225 engine power. This is a 400. Did it just have a single engine? Oh, it had 7 engines. That's why it's going so fast. 7 engines versus 4. Now, these engines are, yes, not quite twice as powerful. And we have not quite half as many. So it makes sense that the speed's about the same. So the question is, how fast do we want this to be able to reliably catch comets if we're delivering things over there? I don't know. Let's bring it up to 1,000. There we go. That's 9 engines. You know what? I want 8. I want 8 engines. 170,000 tons, which we can still build. The range has gone down. It's still probably enough range to do everything. 18 engines. These are the biggest engines we can make as well. I'm going to call this good enough for speed. I think it's okay for range. I want fan art of this. I'm like picturing this in my head. Like the 8 engine configuration. 69 engines. We have 500k. I think we have 200k building capacity for our ships, don't we? Yeah, 200k. So we're hitting that limit. So, all right, with 44 billion range, it's like to get from the sun to one of these jump points is 5 billion. I mean, to get to some of the stuff the furthest out over here with Minerva. So I think Minerva is our planet X. It is 32 billion away. Sorry, 28 billion away. Let's build a ship that can at least get out to planet X and back. If that is indeed planet X. So yeah, so now it can't quite do it, so I'm gonna add a second large fuel storage. Okay, which is gonna slow us down slightly, but barely enough to talk. Lose the bridge to save weight. I think we need a bridge. No warnings over here, that's fine. That's a lot of storage, but the freighter can basically go everywhere. I like it. Design locked. No. Shipyards. Retool for the Arturius mark there. That activity. Fleet defense. Soul Fleet defense is moving back to Earth to resupply. Done. So now I'm gonna get you back to hanging out. Oops. Hanging out over here. Does it matter if we're moving, like if we keep a picket speed or if we just move to the location? I mean, they're already moving if there's combat. I don't know. Just move here. Save gas. Requirements. Ooh, we got a bunch of inactive labs. Something probably finished, but that's kind of okay. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some labs back to our missile speeds. Station, that's fine. Bunch of tech just finished, but then you're beginning the next sequence because we don't have any research labs available. That's fine too. Capacitor charging rate goes to 3. We're starting on some other things. That's still fine. Unrest is rising on Mars. Retooling is complete. Okay. So Mars wants 56 protection. It's only got 48 from our 4 ships. But we are going to be building those space stations soon. Now, shipyard. Done. Esoteric fish. Okay. This might happen a while ago. I don't know. Oh no, that's right. You are building them. Oh wow, it's gonna take a while to finish. Jeez. We are researching the shipbuilding rate. How many jumps away are the aliens? They're just next door. We open up our galaxy map. The aliens are here. Like. We don't... Oh, it's yellow here. This is probably because we built the jump gates. It's only green here. So there's no... We didn't build any jump gates. I don't know how active they are. I don't know if they've got ships with jump tech that they're planning on coming after us with. But yeah. Okay, so I still do want to build... Maybe I'll build 2 Arturius. Yeah, unrest is rising. Full defense fleet is completed its orders. Orbiting Earth. My Might be time to reset you, isn't it? How's communication going? That's a good question, actually. Communication status attempting. Is this how much is left in deployment? Maybe I'll just leave them around Earth. Looks like nothing's coming through the gate yet. Research facilities available. Let's boost our shipbuilding rate. ASAP. Sorry, what was that one? Ordnance production, which is under... the missiles and kinetics. We have nothing happening over here anymore. Oh, we can get more missile tech, but part of me is worried now about, like, let's get our Gauss tech up for the CIWS stuff. Like the fire rate, so that we can fire more than one, you know, try to shoot down more than one missile at a time. Commercial magazine. Is that like for, you know, like Vogue? Transport ordnance. Non-military. Okay. This is for our colliers that I guess aren't going to be fighting. Which actually seems like the sort of thing we may want to make sure we've got available. Well, okay, let me get the cheap missile tech first. And they're still below 10,000, so clearly we're quite far behind there. At some points we're going to need to start building ordnance. And then I'll throw this and that in a queue for the next tier of CIWS. So that's a lot queued up there, but I think that's okay. Heck, unrest getting worse. It's true. Halfway done. May. Oh, we finished the shipbuilding rate. Yes, okay. I still want something in construction and production category being built. What I might do again is just backfill some of our techs that we haven't. Yes, the shipyard operation savings, wealth generation. I mean, we need some for our industry to or economy to work out, but orbital mining diameter. Maximum diameter body that can be mined using orbital mining modules. Okay, well, we're not really doing that yet, so maybe we can wait on this. I'm going to throw in one of these wealth things, because we haven't really done it. I don't know, and then I might just want more construction rate. Mining production. I mean, we're going to need all that. As our fuel production. Yeah, good question, actually. Is that on this screen? I thought it was on the screen. Industry. Oh yeah, we have stupid fuel reserves, actually. Rest on Mars. Composite armor tech is done. That's defensive systems, and that means we don't have anyone working on that right now, but more defensive systems would be better. I mean, we haven't done anything with shields yet. We have unlocked some shields, but it's like, we probably want to wait until better shields are done. Before we actually build shields, I think I am actually going to get cloaking tech. And thermal reduction. Because I still feel like we can't necessarily assume we'll win any sort of battle right now. We're going to have to sort of hope they're not... Oh, NTQ. We're going to have to hope they're not actually coming through us. And that, you know, so we'll just try to spy on them with some slightly better, like, scanning and such. And then we'll make the next jump afterwards. I'll get the next level armor. Emergency repairs that need a shipyard, sure. And then we'll go and get some shield tech. You. Maybe the Gamma Shield Tech's gonna be the first one we do. Yeah, the fuel harvesters, we have the Lolar fuel freighter stuff is... How come it doesn't have a job here? Yeah, so this is my tanker. When its tanks are full, it goes and drops the fuel off. But I want to tell it to grab all the fuel from my orbital fuel thingy, which is here. Which is sitting at 100% fuel. We did this last time. Why am I... Fuel tankers are still a bit bugged, so just do it manually every often. Because in the old one, they had an automated, like, standing order to, like, oh, and return to the gas giant. Well, it wasn't so much for the tankers, I think. Do I do this? I mean, they're not stationary tankers, though. I mean, it's available. Maybe. See what happens. Completed orders orbiting Jupiter. Are you full of fuel? You are full of fuel. But now your standing order should take over. Yeah. So we had put in these weird, like, timed orders in here with the delay because things were annoying. I don't know. We'll just do it manually again for now. What am I doing one day at a time? That's not going to happen quickly enough. Operations, and then they're doing the next thing. There we go. All right, 2 esoteric fish have now been built. Which, first of all, should solve the problem of unrest on Mars, because we have extra protection available. That's great. Now what we want to do is we have a tug. So we want to do... Well, first of all, the battle fleet. I think we should move the ships into a new fleet. Yeah, hold on. These guys, can I select more than one? No, okay, but okay, detach, and then I'll rename this. This is jump 25 stations. So both esoteric fish are put in there. Now our tug, your job is to take these stations, tractor any fleet, then move to jump point 5 and release the tractored ships. And technically you're going to do that twice. Tractor any ship, go back to jump point 5, release. So in theory, and there we go, esoteric fish. Bam. So did it get put into the solar fleets over here? Yeah. So let me just merge them together, because we can. And then I'm going to rename this jump point 5 stations. I mean, my tugs can stay out here because it doesn't actually matter. Although, I don't want them to get blown up, so... Tell you what, just go to Earth and, remove all. God, I don't know why you can't... Really, deselected Earth as a location. Don't know why you can't just, like, delete one thing. It's got to be last, remove all. Like, are you using, like, a singly linked list. Even if you are, things can be reordered. You can kill things in the middle. Like, it's fine that it's a spreadsheet-driven UI with, like, forms and stuff, but have, like, basic form and spreadsheet kind of functionality, right? Right. So, we have some stations here. In theory, to save us, should something come through. That is a lot of civilian ships. I think I can hide those, right? There it is. Civilian ships can be hidden. Done. Mars. Okay, your infrastructure is still going down. Terraforming has not been moved yet. We're still offering infrastructure and terraform installation. You're still asking for infrastructure and terraforming installation. That's going to be fine. I mean, the installation is showing up. Right now, it's ahead of where we need the population for. Maybe, okay, you know what? Let's delete the demand for infrastructure. Get all the terraform moved over. There, yeah, but that should be fine. We're going to put a cut in here soon and do some multiplayer. More sensor tech and things. The aliens are just going to show up and obliterate us right now. You just watch. Oh yeah, we still have our ground team somewhere. Like, oh God, I don't like that. I don't find that fun. Oh, terraforming installations. They're there! Okay, great. Environment, we're trying to add oxygen because we need to bring it to +1 atmo. If we watch this, the numbers are indeed going up. Terraforming is a thing that is happening. Fuel storage for Quintus. Okay, there you go. I guess now that I got the message, I guess now I can go back and say, all right, you are going to go tedious and annoying. We need to add more fuel capacity related to these things. Refuel from stationary tankers. Go to Earth. And I guess there's no unload fuel because you're not actually there. Because you don't have the fuel. Earth. Oh, then you just have the standing order. Then you'll go and drop it off. Oh, was transfer fuel there? I think I was looking for unload. Oh yeah, transfer fuel. I was looking for unload in list. Yeah, so it was there, but it happened anyway because of the standing orders. So I guess every time we get a message that our fleet around Jupiter is done, a wave will do that. But I think going forward, we'll just make a much bigger one. Well, we have the fuel hub tech now, the refueling hub that we didn't before. So that'll be one thing that will help as well. We're still attempting communication. I don't know if, like, I need to send more ships there. Like, I don't know what it takes to make the communications go from attempted to, like, successful. No clue whatsoever. Researching various researchy things. We'll still need some of that to make a proper battleship of some kind going forward. But we do have some colonies set up for whatever that might be worth for us. You don't have any mining on this planet. We could move a frick ton of labs. In theory, I suppose I could move all of Earth's labs to Mars and just have it be a research colony. Or we just move a bunch of financial centers over here. Oh, do they have rebels over here now? Oh, we do, yeah. So we're going to have to start sending some ships through to here. I could just build a couple more of the stations and just put them in orbit of New Belgium and threaten them with orbital bombardment if they don't behave. That could be something. What we're going to do is we're going to put a cut in here. You were just here for the Aurora. Hey, that was fine. Thank you very much. Very, very, very appreciated. But what's going to happen is I'm going to go get myself a beer. No idea if this helps communications. There was a diplomacy module listed designing ship. Oh, maybe. I'm going to go with myself a beer, and then we're going to go and we're going to play some Dota 2 and beat the crap out of each other. Even if you've never played any Dota 2, that is fine. Come and join us anyway. It's going to be a hoot. And yeah, otherwise that's fine. I'm going to see you on Monday for Motorsport Manager.